G'day. Today I'm going to talk about my philosophy of practice. And this is my philosophy, my mental attitude in approaching practice, and how I keep myself motivated to continue to practice. It's not about how you practice. I'm going to cover that in a different video. And I'm going to start off with a little quote from The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. There is an art to flying, or rather a knack. The knack lies in learning how to throw yourself at the ground and miss. Clearly, it is the second part, the missing, that presents the difficulties. Now, this is very, very typical of Douglas Adams. It's a little bit silly, tongue-in-cheek, and it seems a bit counterintuitive. How can you get better at something by trying to do something else and failing to do so? But that actually kind of ties into my philosophy of how we practice. So first of all, let's have a little bit of a look at practice itself. So when we're practicing for war archery, combat archery, it's very, very different to practicing for target archery. And the difference is that when you're practicing for target archery, it's all about consistency. You want to achieve the same outcome every time, which is to hit the bullseye, which means that everything you're doing, your stance, the conditions, the range, etc., you want to keep nice and consistent. On the war field, you have anything but consistency. Things are always changing all the time. So what you're trying to do is you're trying to train the instinctive part of your brain so you are shooting instinctively. And that means that when you're practicing, you're going to be changing things all the time. So rather than focusing on how many times I hit things as a metric for how I'm going, instead what I do is I just simply get out there and do the practice. It's a rubbish day. There's a light drizzle. So what? Get your armour on and practice. You're not really feeling crash hot today. You'd much prefer to be sitting at home watching TV. Get your armour on and practice. So when I'm seriously practicing, my routine is that I'll pull up on the way home from work, a location which is safe and secure and I can do so. Get just enough armour on to make a difference, cover that in another video, and I'll shoot 100 arrows. It doesn't take particularly long, about 20 minutes. And let's just imagine, to do the numbers, that I were to do this day in and day out, every working day. So there's 50 odd working weeks in the year, there's 5 odd working days in the week, say, and 100 arrows a time. So we're talking about 25,000 odd arrows shot per annum. Now, the way I think of it is that we all have a number of misses in us. We don't know exactly how many they are, but let's just take a nice, arbitrarily large number of 1 million. So if I go out there and I practice week in, week out, shooting 100 arrows per time, then it would take me 40 years to get to the point where I've shot 1 million arrows. And of course, a whole bunch of those are going to be hits as well. So we're counting misses here. So basically the way I look at it is that I can practice week in, week out at that level for the rest of my life and still not expect to get a perfect score every time I shoot. So I just use that as a little motivator. We all have 1 million misses. The faster you get them out of your system, the sooner you get to the point where everything you shoot's a hit.